Hello YouTube and welcome back to the World of Tanks. I am on the Siegfried line in my Tiger P and I am platooned with Seclair today. This game was... I've been sitting on this game for about a month or two. I haven't really bothered to do too many recordings lately. But this was a pretty epic game. It was a good sort of hard carry of a game. Took lots of damage, did lots of damage, and we won the game. But that's not so much the interesting point. So Zek is in his SU-122 and I'm in the Tiger P. Of course the Tiger P is renowned for the frontal armor. It has 200mm on the front and the gun's pretty punchy as well. 203 penetration at tier 7 goes through the front of nearly everything you can ever want to shoot at. So as a heavy tank, this is a good heavy tank. It's probably not the strongest, but it's certainly very capable of carrying. Gun doesn't quite fire as good, fire as quickly as the Tiger 1. And soft stands aren't as good, but it does have 200 frontal armor, so if you know how to work this tank, side scraping or just poking the nose out, angling, you can take a beating in this tank that you can't take in a Tiger 1. So, got to push this corner a little bit, see if we can get some side shots on the enemy as they come up the hill. Want to be careful that we don't sit it for too long, because Artie does have a really good line on this corner. So, just backing away. Sixth Sense doesn't go off. I do have it on the crew of this. So I assume I haven't been spotted. Well, I know I haven't been spotted. I assume Artie isn't interested in this corner just yet. So, poke again, see if we can have another side shot. And there's nothing there. So, by the sounds of it, things are starting to kick off in town. It's time to put the frontal armor of this tank to work. Ignoring this corner for the time being. Now, immediately on the street I'm on, there's a 3601, which doesn't really have great armor for tier 7. And of course I got the T29 to my right. KV3 puts a round into the 36, and I put one into the, I think it was a KV3, no, the IS. KV3 pulled out of the way and let his friend take the hit. Blew his tracks off too, and the T29 got a nice shot into him as well. So I'm happy to sit here with a little bit of angling and just let these guys try and go through the front of my tank, because the chances are they got to bounce. And the best part is the gun, as you see, I can go through the front, and the KV3 bounces, but I can go through the front of an angled KV3 with this gun. So I'm pretty confident with this situation, so I'm happy to sit here. Only problem is I've got to be careful of tanks on my side. You can see I'm looking at a Panzer IV-H and a Tiger 1. I really don't want them to get on my side, because I can't take a Tiger 1 frontally head-on-hand. So, back out of this corner. Doesn't look like those other tanks are going to push that corner any longer. Or maybe go forward. Still worried about the Tiger, and let's see what's around here. So, we've got an IS, and straight through the front. And we've got a KV-1S with the stock turret running the KV-1 derp. And you see there, he hit the frontal armor of this thing, and the armor just ate so much of the damage there. And knocked one into the front of the IS. And back away, IS can't do anything about it, so that works in my favor. Bounces one again, he pulls back, I blow his tracks off. KV-1 gives me a nice side shot. And again, he hits the frontal armor, and this time, the armor just eats a whole lot. Just no damage done whatsoever. And I've blown his track off, and I take one for the KV-3. Still not too bad. The KV-1S is a one-shot, which I'll do there. And again, this time he does a little bit of damage, but not a lot. Less than 100 damage. I've taken him out of the fight completely. There's that KV-3 again. And he puts through... looks like went through the front of the turret, not sure where it went. So 500 HP, I've got to be really careful here, and you can see now I'm interested in this Tiger 1, because this Tiger 1 is taking this T29 to town. Fire out on the Tiger 1 will just own the T29 in this particular situation. So put one in the Tiger 1 takes out the T29, and notice the rubble on the ground, it will come into effect here. Right where I stop the tank, it rocks on the rubble, and the shot misses. Artie takes out the Tiger 1, and the IS comes along, and I donked the shot on his Coppola, but bounced the shot. Artie takes a bit of splash damage, damages my track. I'm not going to use my repair kit on my tracks because I have repair on the crew. And then that happens. So I basically didn't want to use the repair kit there because I figured I would need it later on in a situation where maybe I get my tracks blown off and someone's trying to get around the side of me or behind me. But as you saw, I took a lot of damage anyway, so questionable as to whether it was worth it. But the problem here is I only have 77 HP. Most of these people are one shot for everyone. Bounce off the front of the KV-3. Hummel takes out the KV-3. SU-100 takes out our IS. So now, a little bit of an issue. SU-122 on their side hasn't been spotted for the last 5 minutes. SU-100Y is still in town. He's got a big gun. If he loads HE, I'm pretty certain even if he hits my frontal armor, he can take me out. FV-304, little Bert, if it hits me anywhere other than that frontal armor, I'm pretty certain he'll take me out anyway. Other issue is, I'm on my own. Other than this Jagdpanzer IV, who you're going to see what happens to him in a second, other than him, there's no one else to support me. I do have Artie, but Artie's always, you know what Artie's like. And there the Flat Panzer goes. So I thought maybe the SU-100Y was trying to pull in that little gap between the buildings, but no, he wasn't. And now I can see they're both coming around here, so I want to get to some sort of cover where I can poke out and take an opportunistic shot at them. And I'm just sort of aiming there, just waiting. And they don't come around just yet. Still waiting. Artie hits next to me, and then the 304 gets spotted. And immediately he realizes I'm here, I know he's there. He turns, and then he goes, okay, I'm going to go around behind you and put a round into the back of you. And I turn my tank, and I'm saying, that's not happening. And now the SU-122 gets spotted, and big problem, he's full HP. He only needs to pan me once, and I'm dead. Zek takes out the 304. I put one into the side of the 122. Now, the 122's got a problem. He's got both of us on either front or side angles. So he's got to deal with one of us, and we're both one-shot kills for him. So we're just going to keep poking the corner, trying to fake out a shot from the 122. He fires, he misses. The 100Y gets spotted behind me. Zek takes him out. Artie hits my gun, doesn't do any damage to me. I still put through a round into the 122, even though my gun is damaged. He's aiming a shot at my lower glacis. It takes my tracks out. I need that repair kit. Put another one into the 122, and Zek saves my bacon from behind. The 122 was probably going to fire before I could reload. Artie misses again, and that is the game. And Artie misses again. So that's pretty much it. 2.8k damage done in a tier 7 game. Not too bad. This tank pretty much it held up very well. I've only taken about 1.4k worth of damage, so I've dealt twice as much damage as what I've taken. Picked up a kill. Zek is looking for his top gun. There's still too Artie to clean up. And yeah, so a couple of words about the line that the Tiger P is on. It starts basically from the Panzer IV-H, which is a pretty fun tier 5 medium tank, decent mobility, reasonable frontal armor. I play it with a 105mm howitzer, running HE shells. It's a very fun tank in that configuration. Then you move to the 3001P, which is a pretty average sort of medium tank. Recently got a couple of buffs, but it's still pretty average. It does have the ability to fit the L56, and there Zek goes, gets the top gun. L56 does 220 Alpha, which is possibly the best for the tier 6 medium, I think. Then of course you move to the Tiger P with the 200mm frontal armor. The gun stats and the turret aren't quite as good as the Tiger 1, but the Tiger 1 obviously doesn't get the 200mm armor at the front. And there's the last enemy in front of us, and our Artie takes him out. So that's it. Let's have a look at the endgame stats. So 2.8k damage done. Not a bad first win actually. It was an 1100 base XP game, obviously times 3. Spotted for another 768. Still only good enough for a first class, but we did get high caliber in that game. And then we have the team stats. You can see both teams did okay. Zach picked up 2.4k damage and over 1000 XP himself, as well as the Top Gun. And I got my 2.8k, and there was a bit of support from some of the other members as well. So, pretty good game overall.